The 2024 blowout is on now at the new Lloydminster Nissan. All remaining 2024 vehicles are priced at cost. Save thousands on a 2024 Nissan Armada, perfect for your family. Or check out the rugged 2024 Nissan Pathfinder and Nissan Frontier while they last. Plus, take advantage of half-price oil changes all month long and save 20% on brakes and rotors, including parts and labor, but only until April 30th. At the new Lloydminster Nissan, we won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster and area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Well, we'd like to wish you a happy Easter and welcome you inside the new Lloydminster Nissan, home of the half-price oil change this April. Call 780-875-3335 and book your oil change today. Get that booked because I'll tell you, our technicians are filling up. Plus, you can get 20% off on brakes. That includes parts and labor. Plus, the new Lloydminster Nissan right now blowing out the remaining 2024 vehicles at cost. There's not a lot left, but there are a few. There's Pathfinder and a couple of Frontiers. So get down to the new Lloydminster Nissan ASAP and get a really great deal on a brand new 2024 vehicle. Joined this morning by Kagan Kneen, the Executive Director of the Lloydminster Social Action Coalition Society, and Tyler Lorenz, the Executive Director of Residents in Recovery Society. And we're going to be talking about the Housing and Homelessness Symposium that's happening in Lloydminster on May 7th. It's not just a name, it is Superior Water. Superior Water has two locations in Lloydminster, and they're open on Sundays to make filling your big blue jugs a whole lot quicker and easier. And if you want great tasting water right from your tap, call the Superior Water team and ask about their under-the-sink reverse osmosis systems. 780-875-6636 to drink Superior Water, because after all, it is Superior Water. Open on 57th Avenue, Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 5. And don't forget, they have a coin-operated location, which you might need on a long weekend, like I did, just off of Highway 17 South by 7-Eleven. Cupcakes for Caregivers is a great way to recognize the people in our lives that go above and beyond to help others in our community. You can nominate a caregiver by sending an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. Cheryl Campbell with the Libby Young Center is our latest recipient, and we were excited to recognize her for the great work she does for the Libby Young clients and how she's gone out and made herself better through education to better care for them. Cupcakes for Caregivers is proudly brought to you by Sobeys Lloydminster and the Lloydminster District United Way. Remember, 1 in 4 people are caregivers in some way, and you can nominate a caregiver in your life today. We also hope that you will enter the KM and KP Spring Sizzler contest. Do that today on the Live with Kurt Price Facebook page or the KM Artisan Hot Sauce page. And you could win a brand new 5-burner Canadian-made barbecue and KM Artisan Hot Sauce for a year. And I've been asking my guests this, so I'll see what you guys say. How many bottles of hot sauce do you think you could go through in a year? Remember, this is a year's supply worth of KM Artisan hot sauce made right here in Lloydminster. How many bottles do you think you go through a year?
Probably 2 or 3, because I actually have a couple of bottles of KM Artisan hot sauce in my fridge right now.
And Kagan, how many bottles do you think you go through?
I don't know if I could go through any. I am not a spicy person. It's mild, like salt and pepper is spicy for me, so I don't know.
You might like his GSP rub that he's got too then.
Yes, definitely.
You get 24 bottles of KM Artisan hot sauce.
That's a lot.
It's like Kenny Mac style, right?
Yeah.
It's Kenny Mac
absolutely.
style. So it's always important to shop local whenever possible. And with the summer grilling season basically here upon us, you're going to be purchasing Canadian beef, pork, and chicken. Why not pick up some KM Artisan hot sauce to go with it? And yes, you will win some dill pickle, which is by far his most popular. And make sure you're following both the KM Artisan hot sauce and Live with Kurt Price pages on Facebook to win. I want to say congratulations to the PWM Steelers on their 2-1 overtime win last night at the Civic Center, as the future of women's hockey has arrived in Lloydminster for the 2025 SO Cup. There are games at 11, 3, and 7 each day, with the Steelers playing each night at 7 p.m. Sadie Reinders told us that she and her teammates have been looking forward to playing in front of the crowd at the Civic Center for quite some time now.
We're just so excited. I've never experienced anything like it. This is something like you dream about ever since you've started playing hockey as a little girl. So it's just really cool to see like people actually want to watch. I've never played in front of probably more than 100 people. So.
The crowd was over 700 people there last night. There are 5 regional champions from across Canada in Lloydminster for the SO Cup, and tickets are available at the door for $15 during the round robin and $20 during the playoffs, which is Friday and Saturday. Get your tickets and be there when Canada's Women's U18 Club champions are crowned. The Lloydminster Agricultural Exhibition Association's Chase the Ace is back with a jackpot that starts at $25,000. Once again, tickets are $10 each, 3 for $25, 8 for $50, 20 for $100. 3 ways to get your tickets online at lloydex.com/chasetheace. E-transfer to chasetheace at lloydex.com. Password must be CTALEX, and your name, phone number, and email must be included, or you can purchase in person at the Lloydex main office 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Umbrella Marketing and Design is proud to present Elevate 2025 on May 10th, a day designed for young women ages 12 to 18 and their moms and mother figures to develop life skills and keep them safe. The day starts with registration, icebreakers, and introductions before a group of 5 panelists share their stories. The Chatterbox sessions will be followed by empowerment sessions where attendees can choose from 4 different topics, including nutrition, physical health, life skills, and how to stay safe on social media. Keynote speaker is Jess Tatu, the sole owner of 5 Just For You Day Spas in Saskatchewan and Alberta. And tickets are $65 each or $100 for a pair for a mother or daughter. You'll notice that it takes place on Mother's Day weekend. Tickets available now at umbrella-inc.ca. Today is the final day to get your plants ordered through the B. Fisher Foundation's fundraiser for a wheelchair accessible van. You can order gift cards and even take planting workshops with your friends at bfishershop.com. Kim Crockett told us you can, of course, order the usual plants again this year as well.
So the hanging baskets, the tomatoes, the herbs, the tropical baskets, some of these ones that have been really popular for years, Wendy's continuing to offer them to people who want to purchase through our website.
The Household Recycling Roundup presented by Alberta Recycling Management Authority is Saturday, May 3rd. For one day only from 10 to 2, this is a chance for you to safely dispose of everything from propane tanks, paint, medications, electronics, oil filters, and more. And if you need someone to help and pick up the items that you have, you can simply call 306-821-7257 before 6 p.m. on Friday, May 2nd, and someone will come get it. Otherwise, you can take it out to the Lloydminster exhibition once again, May 3rd, from 10 to 2. With the federal election just 1 week away, today is the final day of advance polls. You can find your polling station on your voter information card, or you can visit the official voter information service to find out where to vote. But basically, there are 2 in Lloydminster, one on the Alberta side by Windsor Plywood and one at the Lloydminster exhibition. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the May 7th Housing Symposium in Lloydminster.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal, and that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back. You help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
BioClean Disaster Services is Lloydminster's local restoration company. They're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company, and they're committed, certified, reliable, and will help you get your life back. 1-833-246-8326. Communication is key with BioClean Disaster Services. Taking care of your property and belongings is important, but they also really strive to take care of you and your family. 1-833-246-8326. We welcome you back inside the new Lloydminster Nissan. We are excited to have a couple of guests on the show that have been here before, and we always look forward to talking to them. Kagan Kneen is here with the Social Action Coalition Society,
Yep.
and we have, that's the official, title.
Name,
Most people just say from the men's shelter,
Yeah.
but that's the official. And Residence Recovery's Executive Director Tyler Lorenz is here as well, and we always look forward to talking to these gentlemen. And May 7th is a big day in Lloydminster. There's a housing symposium coming to Lloydminster. It's not like this just came out of the blue, gentlemen. Thanks for being here. But this has been coming for a while now.
Yeah. It's been a lot of planning, a lot of different organizations working together. So the city of Lloydminster put together this housing working group. So it's got individuals and organizations that work with the unhoused population, but also a lot of different housing organizations as well. So Lloydminster Regional Housing Group, Métis Housing, as well as Carlton House. So there's a lot of brains working together to try to come up with some additional solutions for our unhoused challenges, as well as affordable housing solutions.
Is that what this is all about, is coming up with solutions, or is it an education thing?
I think it's a bit of both. Really, the day is going to kind of go through, kind of where we're at right now, where do we want to go, to where we want to go, throughout the day, and really look at, what are the different areas of housing. This isn't just about our unhoused. This is about, finding housing, market housing for individuals that are here working. It's about finding housing for our seniors. It's really about finding housing solutions for the full array of needs in our community. And we have housing shortages across the full spectrum. So it's really about educating the public as to what is our current situation and what do we need to do, and what are the things that we need to put in place to make sure housing is successful across the full spectrum of housing.
Why is it so important to have this housing symposium? Why have we been talking about this symposium since 2022?
Well, because there's a significant need from visibility in regards to the challenges with the unhoused. That started a lot of conversations, especially the last couple of years. But that's just one aspect of it. Seniors housing is in significant shortage as well. Affordable housing, transitional housing for those that are coming out of recovery, they're in need of more solutions as well. So there's just, the cost of living is extremely high right now. So it's a matter of getting a lot of people working together and really educating the community on the needs of what we need from a housing continuum. So for low income housing, assisted living housing, all of those different aspects. So we really wanted to bring in speakers from across Canada that can really speak in regards to, like, how did we get here? So where we are as a city, how did we get here? And where do we hope to go, right? How can we better help our community as a whole?
What's the day include?
It starts off 9 a.m. It's at the Prairie Room?
The Nissan building.
Nissan
Yeah.
building, yeah, at the exhibition. So we'll start off with opening remarks, then we'll have some speakers. Throughout the day, we'll have some speakers and then some fireside chat panels. And that, we'll have a lunch, continue throughout the afternoon, and then speakers wind up at about 5 o'clock, I believe, closing remarks at 5:15. And then we're going to have an awards supper and banquet in the evening, really recognizing some of our volunteers in our community that really go to support our unhoused in this community.
Who are some of your guest speakers? Who do you have come?
So I'm very excited. So we actually start off the day with lived experience. So we actually have the author of the God Bless Cart. So J.W. Fleming, he's actually here in Lloydminster. He was unhoused. He wrote this book. So he has a lot of great experience and education from a community perspective in regards to how he was able to get through some of those road bumps and those barriers, and to be able to help benefit himself and now find full-time employment. So we're starting off the day with him. So that's kind of like where we are. Next speakers are going to be talking about like how did we get here? So same type of thing. We've got speakers coming in talking about what kind of housing solutions we can develop for developers. And then we're finishing off with the Housing First presentation from Chris Gorman from OrgCode. So he actually has spoken across Canada as well as the United States as well, just talking about how do we focus on really finding housing first solutions for community members. So very, very passionate. So I'm excited to educate the public and the community on what we can do to help benefit the city of Lloydminster.
Who should come? Like, who should attend?
Everyone.
Everybody. Yeah. I mean, we all have a vested interest in this community, right? I'm sure we all have, a grandparent or a parent that's, worried about their seniors housing, to, people that are in town looking for market housing or looking to build and finding struggles there, to, everybody has an opinion on our unhoused situation, right? And what the best solution is for that and how we could solve that problem. I mean, it's an extremely complex problem for a number of reasons. We're not going to get into those today, but really to come and educate yourself about, what are some of the reasons why some of these individuals are unhoused, and why it isn't so easy as just putting them in a place, and expecting them to thrive. I mean, it's really about educating yourself so that you can have a voice in where we need to go from here as a community.
And for community members to be able to come and ask questions. So that's a great thing. So you're actually coming and moderating our 2 fireside chats, which is amazing. So it's an opportunity for community members, businesses, different organizations to come and ask us some of the questions as well. So the first panel is community voices, and then the next panel is just in regards to the root causes of homelessness. So different individuals who can speak on that regard. So it's opportunities to have your voices heard, ask some questions, and get some answers from not just us locally, but also individuals that are experts in housing solutions across Canada.
When it comes to the background leading up to this, I think it's fairly obvious that, I shouldn't say that. I'll ask you, are people changing their minds on homelessness and how they look at the unhoused?
Yes and no. There's more people that are a little bit more curious in regards to it, because there have been some significant changes in our community as a whole for the last few months in particular. Yeah. So there's more checks and balances and stuff kind of put in place, but it's because many of our organizations who do serve the unhoused are working in collaboration to make sure that we're finding solutions. So the fact that we were asked to be part of this housing working group through the city just shows that collaboration. So not just us that serve the unhoused, but working with organizations that have in-market housing and low affordable housing. So we're working truly in collaboration with so many different organizations and have more people on the table.
The reason I asked that is because you had such a good turnout for your coldest night of the year.
Yes. Huge.
So I looked at that, the amount of money raised, the amount of people that took part in it, and I thought this is something that really people are really starting to take more seriously.
Yeah, I think, and that's what I appreciate so much with coldest night of the year is the fact that it is cold in winter, and the fact that we didn't actually have a permanent solution for a warming shelter or so we had the van, which was fantastic. We were able to keep people alive, which was amazing. Yeah. But to have more actual solutions and community members coming together to help kind of brainstorm and figure out what we can do differently to make sure that we as a whole community, every person that resides in the city of Lloydminster has solution for housing.
The city takes a lot of criticism. How have they been involved?
Well, I mean, this is the housing working group is part of the social policy framework that was, implemented by the city 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I believe it started that process. And the housing working group is a group that, kind of came out of that, really looking at what are the different initiatives or priorities that the community is facing. So this is, really, in credit to the city for really putting some time and energy into focusing some key individuals within the community on this problem. So, I mean, we have to give the city credit. I think we are a long ways ahead of a lot of communities as far as, looking and tackling these issues. We did a second point in time count last year, which, was really beneficial for all of us to really see how that data changed year over year. Not a lot of cities would commit to that kind of, year after year support and finding the data that we need for all of us to put together proposals.
I think a lot of people might be surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
When you say that we're actually ahead of other communities.
By far.
But Kagan, you said there could be some other communities coming to Lloyd for this symposium to see what is discussed.
Yeah, we've got individuals coming from quite a few different cities and communities from Saskatchewan as well as in Alberta. So individuals that are coming from Prince Albert, from Saskatoon, from Edmonton. People are curious as to what we're doing. I actually got, one of my staff got an email from another shelter in Saskatoon, and one of their local radio stations there did a shout out saying whatever Lloydminster is doing in regards to their unhoused population, they're doing a fantastic job, and the city of Saskatoon could learn something from this. And we're like, what's going on? So it was kind of nice to get that shout out from other shelters that are noticing that we are making changes happen, and we are working in collaboration with so many different voices to make sure that we can make that change happen.
Okay, I'm a little bit surprised. I can't remember what my next question was. A little bit surprised, but I guess what do you hope to accomplish? You know what? I want to ask you this first. So you've had a lot of opponents.
Yes.
Kagan, a lot of people,
and there still is.
And there still is.
Yeah.
Should they come?
Absolutely.
Please come.
We want to have just an open opportunity to have conversations. So even when the sessions are done, there are going to be coffee breaks. All of the different organizations are going to have booths set up so that people can come and talk to us, ask questions, and it's much easier to learn one-on-one versus a big group asking a bunch of different questions, because maybe you don't feel like your voice is being heard or your ideas are being considered. So I think it's very valuable to have all these different organizations that are working collaboratively to try to find solutions, to be able to have that face time with these individuals as well.
So everybody that comes on our show, they'll say, and by the way, if you find the answer, let us know, because there is no simple solution to this. So what do you hope to accomplish? We're not going to solve homelessness with one symposium, but what do you hope to accomplish?
I think our ultimate goal with this is really just, educating individuals as to how big this problem is, right? I mean, this isn't, one specific problem that can be easily fixed by, building more houses and putting people into it. That's not a solution, right? So really helping individuals in the community that maybe are voicing opposition to shelters, opposition to programs like mine. I mean, we have our naysayers as well, right? And so, really giving them an opportunity to come out and maybe come out with an open mind and hear that, okay, yeah, we see your concern or your frustration, but this isn't just an easy fix, right? And truly start to understand that, this is a huge problem. It's a problem that's not isolated to Lloydminster or Alberta or Canada or North America. I mean, this is a global problem, all across every community, throughout the world. So, I mean, it's something that, isn't going to have really simple solutions. It's a multifaceted problem that, truly goes right from market housing right down to shelter space. And unless everything's working really collaboratively together, it's really difficult to ensure that there's spaces for everybody, the proper spaces for everybody. And so that some people need more supportive housing options, and some people need less.
Well, you're not kidding when you say it's a problem all around the world. So we're going to Europe at the end of May here, and we wanted to go to the Anne Frank House. And we were talking to our tour guide about the best time to go and best time to buy tickets. And he said, well, tickets are really hard to get if you're going during the day. They're easier to get in the evening because there's so many homeless that are around the museum. And that just blew me away.
Yeah.
Like it's like you should be able to get tickets, and if you're going as a group, you won't have to really worry. It just surprised me so much. I guess I wasn't that surprised because you keep hearing that it's a problem all around the world, but it just sinks in that it's like, man, if we had a museum downtown, we might have the same discussions here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And that's the whole point of having this open forum, right? To have the open conversations. We don't have all the solutions, which is why we're also bringing speakers in from across Canada that have found success in their different communities or different organizations that they work with. But we're not also closed off. So if you have a great idea, come and have that conversation with us. Like, we would love to have those conversations and that feedback so that it is a two-way conversation. Because we are open to it. We want to find solutions, because that's why we do this, is to, yes, help our clients, but it's also to help the city and the community.
Yeah, and I think all of us, have always had a pretty open door policy. I have people come in and talk to me all the time, and I don't know about you, Kagan, but
I invite people to.
Yeah.
But it's
and Becky as well. I mean, the three of us, are on a lot of committees together and on this working group, and we have people come in, and I think the same with Stephanie at the Lloyd Region Housing. I mean, she's got a pretty open door policy, and if people want to come in and talk to her about, solutions or issues, I think that we all kind of are all ears. Like, just come in and chat, and we're more than happy to share our thoughts.
Have you invited some politicians to attend?
I'm not sure, Tyler.
I don't
That's a good question for Becky, but she's away right now. So.
She's in Japan.
Yeah. I would assume yes, but I'm not sure.
It would definitely be something you encourage.
Absolutely. Like, we have some of our government partners for our funders from Saskatchewan. They have registered as well. So there is a lot of interest for sure. But
How do you take part? How do you get tickets? Is it a ticket? Is there a lunch? What all goes into this?
yeah, so if you go to the City of Lloydminster's site, you can actually register. There's the Housing and Homelessness Symposium, so you'd be able to find the link to do the registration through there. The Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce has been fantastic, so they actually have been housing the actual registration link, and they're helping us out significantly with that. So you can go there to register as well. It's $25 for the full day of education, which is very good for a symposium.
Yeah.
It provides a lunch. You're getting a couple coffee breaks with snacks. And then if you do want to stay for the award ceremony after, then it's another $25, because that's going to be a catered dinner. But that's where we really truly want to recognize those unsung heroes. So these awards, which we really want to make sure that we get a lot of people to nominate some of those individuals who are helping our unhoused community members that aren't in the limelight. So lots of times, like, we have a volunteer who drops off food rescue every Monday and Friday. He doesn't get recognition, right? So just making sure that everybody is getting that acknowledgement. So this isn't for CEOs, this isn't for executive directors. These awards are truly for those that are in the trenches that are helping out as much as they can.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about those awards and how you can do that, how you can nominate someone.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
The brand new community of Wellings Lloydminster lives life to the fullest. At Wellings, their mission is to enable connection, build community, and enrich the lives of their 55-plus members. Discover a new way of living and retirement and experience more freedom with every choice you make at Wellings of Lloydminster. At Wellings of Lloydminster, independence speaks for itself, and the social opportunities outside your door are endless. Visit Wellings of Lloydminster, 3211 72nd Avenue on the Alberta side, and discover more at wellingsoflloydminster.com. Well, we are excited to be with you here today at the new Lloydminster Nissan, talking about the Housing and Homelessness Symposium, which, if we didn't mention, we should mention the date, May 7th. I want to make sure you know when it is. You have some time to make sure that you can come down and take in some of the sessions and some of the fireside chats and some of the guest speakers and things like that. You really could come and go
For sure.
as you need to as well. I know everybody's busy, but if there's something you take a look at, and you go, I kind of want to see that. I want to, I want to hear that fireside chat about this, or I want to hear about that. What are the fireside chats about? We never really.
Yeah, so the fireside chat, so the first one is just community voice panel. So it's truly for anyone in the community to ask us questions in regards to our different organizations. So we actually have Tigger Lee from Lloydminster and Vermilion for Equity, myself, Lori Harris, Mandy Newton, and Chelsea Glasser are all going to be there for the morning for the community voices panel, and then for the afternoon for the root causes of homelessness. So that's where we've got Tyler, we've got Vera from Thorpe Recovery, Kim Kakaway, who's actually one of our presenters.
Yeah.
And then we also have JW Fleming, who has that lived experience. So just to ask questions in regards to their experiences.
That's so important. Tyler, I've been to your golf tournament where you have people speak about that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything better that could forward our thinking about homelessness than hearing from actual people who have come out of recovery in this situation that we are at when we're talking about the golf tournament, or speaking to someone like that has been homeless on this and now has a roof over their head.
People don't choose to be homeless. I mean, things happen in people's lives that result in homelessness, and for most people, those things that happen are beyond their control, right? They're things that happened, in their youth, their childhood, their trauma, their episodes, their experiences. They lose their job or their house, or they're divorced, or all of these things happen in people's lives beyond their control that result in homelessness. And I don't think most people understand how many barriers there is to get out of homelessness, and that's really a big part of looking at and having these firesides is really people sharing their experiences of what got them into homelessness and what were some of the struggles to get out of it.
Well, it can be the start of other things as well.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It can lead. The other thing that you mentioned, Kagan, before we went to break there, was about the award ceremony. Why did you want to have an award ceremony? Who are we recognizing? Why are we doing that?
Because there's so many individuals that are working behind the scenes that don't get that recognition, that aren't doing it for recognition or anything like that. So we really want to make sure that we have people in the community, other organizations that are nominating those who are going over and above behind the scenes to try to help out where they can with some of the challenges that we have. So we actually have 5 different awards. So there's the Volunteer Award, there's a Lived Experience Award, Collaborative Impact Award, Frontline Hero Award, and Community Champion Award. So you can nominate anyone in the community for any of these awards. So if you go to the City of Lloydminster's the Housing and Homelessness Symposium, there's where you can actually click on the link for buying tickets. That's actually the same site where you can actually do a nomination for any of those individual, or maybe for all 5 of those awards. So awards are able to be nominated until the 25th. So you've got until April 25th to do that nomination. And then it's the actual, it's not the Housing Working Group that does the selection, Social Policy Framework.
The
overarching committee is the one that actually...
The leadership group, sorry.
Yeah, the leadership group is the one that actually does the selection of the winners for each of those awards.
So what's the eligibility? What would be...
There is no eligibility. As long as you're not a CEO.
Yeah, no CEOs.
As long as it's not your job to help people.
Yeah, it really is to put the people out there that aren't in the organization's limelight, aren't fighting the battles every day, but maybe they're doing it silently. Maybe they are volunteering their time. They're helping out wherever they can. So we really just want to acknowledge all of those individuals, and Lived Experience Award is an example of that, right? So who do you know in the community that has gone through some of these challenges and have been very successful in that recovery journey, right? So we want to make sure that we're acknowledging everybody.
I see a lot of success stories here.
Yes.
Basically, is that we could sum up the awards with we want to recognize people who have come through this sort of thing?
Well, I think and a lot of times it's individuals that are really passionate about helping people are those that have also been through that themselves. It's not always the case, but we also have some very compassionate and helpful people that have never been that, and they just have a soft spot for helping individuals that struggle. But yeah, in a lot of cases, it's people that have experienced it themselves or had a loved one that experienced it themselves, for sure.
So anybody can nominate anybody.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. What are we forgetting? Oh, and tickets are $25 for that as well.
Yes.
So you could kind of look at it as maybe separate events.
Exactly.
They are
Yeah,
separate,
absolutely. Yeah.
Where'd the idea come from? Do they do that in other communities? Where'd the idea to have an awards?
So it was actually the
great-
Housing Working Group. That was the one thing when we had come together. We said one of our goals is to plan a symposium to really educate the community. And from there, it's just blossomed and continued to grow, and then brainstorm new ideas on how do we format that day? What is it going to look like? So yeah, it just continued to grow from this working group being formed.
In the community, can you nominate someone from out of the community? What's the...
I think that we want to keep this centered on Lloydminster,
okay.
for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, am I forgetting anything?
No, I'd say just watch some of the plugs. We've got a lot of videos that were actually done up as a promotion for the May 7th symposium that have some lived experiences and some of those challenges as well. So I'm very excited for those to be posted on social media sites and everything as well. So I'm excited. I hope that the community is excited to be able to really engage with us, as well as so many from the actual housing organizations and some of the things that they struggle with on a regular basis as well.
Yeah, and we'll post, the agenda and everything on our social medias, this week or today.
Yep.
And all the links are there. You can share them on your page, the links to register. And
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll put it in the comment section below this, actually, so that people can find it fairly easily. I'm curious if anybody from Saskatoon or any other areas have reached out after hearing whatever they're doing in Lloyd. Do that.
Nothing for us yet. Like, I haven't seen the registration, just because it is being the chamber is the ones that are kind of watching all of the registration. So I'm very excited to see the number of individuals who will actually come out from outside of the community, because it is truly meant to be within the community to help benefit the city of Lloydminster. But to know that there's other communities that are watching and trying to learn from what we're trying to roll out as well is very, very exciting.
It is, for sure.
Well, it's exciting to look at the list of speakers that you have and who's involved with this. Like, there's a lot of different organizations that are involved with making this, and like you mentioned, contractors will be.
Yep, absolutely, because like there's a couple contractors from Edmonton who have established some affordable housing solutions in the city of Edmonton. So is that something that we could learn from as a community, right? So we wanted to make sure that we bring a diverse number of speakers, not just talking about homelessness, but in regards to the housing needs and what we need to do as a community as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
We're looking forward to that on May the 7th, and we hope you'll join us again tomorrow. We're back with you tomorrow. Center Stage Studios will be here. They have their production of Cinderella coming up, and it's always fantastic to visit with the junior actors that put that performance on, and they look so forward to it each year that they cry when it's over. So we'll be talking to them tomorrow morning about that, and we hope you'll join us. That'll be at 10 a.m. from the new Lloydminster Nissan.